Today's one of those recaps where we don't really have too much time to waste because so much happened yesterday. We have former Cy Young vote getters, rookies of the years, and all-stars getting released or traded. Now, before we talk about all of the trades that happened yesterday, because there was a few of them, I do want to talk about the tenders of Major League Baseball. No, not those ones, the non-tenders. When a baseball player is non-tendered, the best way to describe it is they were fired. A lot of fans across the game of baseball were absolutely shocked when the Brewers, they non-tendered Brandon Woodruff. He's a two-time All-Star, one of the best pitchers in baseball from last year. He had a 2.28 ERA. That was in 11 games. But the reason why he only played in 11 games, he was injured to start the year and he was injured to end the year. And that's going to leak into 2024 because he's going to be missing the entirety of 2024. So the Brewers, they have cut bait with Brandon Woodruff. And I feel like this does make a lot of sense because he's not going to be pitching in 2024. So he's going to be a free agent, and I think that a team is going to take a flyer on him. One of the worst moves in Tigers history, and I feel bad for Austin Meadows because there was a lot of things that happened to him off the field that made him miss a ton of games. He only had 21 at-bats in 2023, and in those 21 at-bats, he was pretty bad. In 2022, he only played in 36 games. He had a 97 OPS plus, so they lost that Isaac Paredes trade pretty bad. Isaac has been a straight-up savage, but Austin Meadows and Brandon Woodruff, some of the bigger names that have been non-tendered, they're free agents now. So we have a former All-Star in Brandon Woodruff. Austin Meadows made an All-Star team, and now we have a former Rookie of the Year that has been non-tendered by the Diamondbacks. This is Kyle Lewis. From 2019 to 2021, Kyle Lewis, he appeared in 112 games. He popped 22 home runs. He had a 120 OPS plus, and he was one of the better defenders for any outfielders during that stretch until injuries kind of took hold of his career. He's only played in 34 games over the last 2 seasons. He's combined for 34 games played with a 150 batting average, a paltry 216 on base percentage, and a 40 OPS plus. Now, he's only 28 years old, so there's still plenty of time to bounce back, just like Cody Bellinger, but time is running out. One of the more entertaining players in the game of baseball, Danny Burgers, he has been non-tendered by the New York Mets, which is kind of surprising considering he had 13 home runs, a near 340 on base percentage. The 104 OPS plus is not world-changing, but I thought that he was pretty decent for them, but they're probably going to keep DJ Stewart instead. Remember, non-tendered means that these guys are now free agents, so Rowdy Tellez, he is free to go wherever he wants. Last year in 2023, he had 13 home runs and an 82 OPS plus, so definitely a season to forget. Rowdy Tellez is one of the more inconsistent hitters in baseball. When he's right, the power is legit. He had 21 home runs in 111 games back in 2019, and then in 2022, at 27 years old, 35 home runs, 89 RBIs, and a near 115 OPS plus. I know that he was injured in 2023, and when he was healthy, he wasn't very good, but Rowdy Tellez, he is not even 29 years old yet. He's going to get a lot of looks, in my opinion. Mike Ford easily had his best season as a big leaguer, and he got rewarded by being non-tendered. 16 home runs and only 219 at-bats with a 122 OPS plus. Maybe another team is going to give him a chance, but he was very bad for the Yankees. He's been very bad throughout the course of his career, but he finally broke out last year. Maybe he gets another chance. I don't know. Spencer Turnbull is going to get a lot of looks as well because from 2020 to 2021, over 106 innings, over 20 starts, he combined for a 3.4 ERA and he had a 3.24 FIP. Those are really good numbers. Now, obviously, as you can see, the reason why he wasn't very good in 2023, he missed the entire 2022 season due to injury. He had Tommy John surgery, so he couldn't really find his mechanics all over again. Do you think that Spencer Turnbull is going to get another chance, or do you think that teams are going to go for the bigger names like Luis Severino, who was an actual free agent? Well, I guess Turnbull is an actual free agent now as well. Remember, guys, we have a bunch of trades to talk about, so do not go anywhere. We're almost done with the non-tenders. I guess I'll go through the last ones pretty quick. So Juan Yepes of the Cardinals, he has been non-tendered. He is not going to be with them anymore. As a rookie in 2022, he had 12 home runs and a 109 OPS plus in 76 games. So he was good, and then he just completely fell off. Nick Senzel might be one of the most important free agents now because look at what he did against lefties, and there are so many teams in baseball looking for a player like Nick Senzel. In 2023, Nick Senzel had 9 home runs, a 348 batting average, and a 1008 OPS against lefties. That's good for a 169 OPS plus. So Nick Senzel, he could be a platoon guy for the Phillies or the Angels with Mickey Moniak. This guy could be very, very valuable down the stretch for a playoff contender who needs a platoon guy. Adam Simber, he got non-tendered as well. He is now a free agent. I don't think that Adam Simber is very good, but he throws wonky. He's good at getting ground balls and double plays, but I don't think he's very good. Dakota Hudson is a massive human being, 6'5", but the crazy thing is he only had 45 strikeouts in 81 innings. That is good for a 5 strikeouts per 9. He was amazing to begin his career. If we take a look over his first 249 innings. He combined for a 3.14 ERA. Dakota Hudson, yeah, a lot of teams are definitely going to try and fix his spin rate and see if he can strike out more guys. Imagine Dakota Hudson on the Dodgers or the Rays. And then the final non-tender, we're going to talk about Andrew Knizner. His defense has really slipped over the last few years, but last year it was his best offensive season. He had 10 home runs and a 92 OPS plus in 70 games. A 92 OPS plus is not very good, but for a catcher, you'll take that. All right, let's get into the trades from yesterday, and the biggest one, the Braves are at it yet again. They traded Kyle Wright, who was amazing in 2022. So 2 seasons ago, Kyle Wright went 21-5. He led baseball in wins. He had a 3.19 ERA and a 3.58 FIP. That was easily his best career in the big leagues. He was 10th in Cy Young Award voting, but he fell off a cliff in 2023 in large part because of injury. So I don't know what's going to happen with Kyle Wright on the Royals. In return, the Braves are getting Jackson Kowar, who is a former first-round draft pick. He was highly touted for the last few years, but as a big league pitcher in 74 innings, he's given up 75 earned runs. That is a 9.12 ERA. Now, he does have a career 9.1 strikeouts per nine. That's pretty solid, but he has a 6.5 walks per nine. So if the Braves can somehow fix his command, Jackson Kowar at 6'5", he could be pretty disgusting. So in the span of a couple hours, the Braves gave up on both Mike Soroka and Kyle Wright. I did not have that on my 2023-2024 bingo card. The Braves and the Royals were not done. Nick Anderson is going to Kansas City. In return, the Braves are getting CeCe, cash considerations. If you guys don't remember, Nick Anderson was absolutely disgusting when he was with both the Marlins and the Rays. In his first 81 innings, he had a 2.7 ERA and 136 strikeouts. That is a 15 strikeouts per nine. I can't even believe I just said those words out loud and that he got traded for basically nothing. From a new Royals reliever to a former Royals reliever, Scott Barlow, he is going from the Padres to the Guardians. And Scott Barlow, he wasn't very good last year. The strikeout numbers are pretty good. He had 13 saves and 79 strikeouts in 68 innings. But if we go back to kind of prime Scott Barlow, from 2021 to 2022, Scott Barlow was disgusting. He had 40 saves, he had a 2.3 ERA and a 10.2 strikeouts per nine. That's 168 strikeouts and 148 innings. So when he's right, he's really, really good, but he's going to cost $7 million. So I wonder if the Guardians are going to try and trade him to try and clear payroll. Again, I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but in return, the Padres are getting Angel De Los Santos, who drove me crazy despite his 3.2 ERA. He was awful, like absolutely terrible in the second half. He was not good at all, but he can be decent. He had a 10.3 strikeouts per nine and a 3 ERA in 2022. He's decent. Ooh, the Mariners are trying their luck with Luis Urias. The Mariners are seemingly a place where they try and fix projects. I don't know how they're going to fix Luis Urias, but he hit 194 in 2023 with a 76 OPS plus. And the reason why his OPS plus was so high despite his low batting average, he still had a 340 on base percentage, so he took a lot of walks. In 2021, Luis Urias had 25 doubles, 23 home runs, and 75 RBIs to go along with a 345 on base percentage and a 112 OPS plus. That dipped in 2022. He only had 16 home runs and a 108 OPS plus, but he's still young. I feel like the Mariners, if they can get the best out of him, he might be solid. And in return, the Red Sox are getting Isaiah Campbell, a 6'4" pitcher who had a 2.83 ERA in 2023 and 33 strikeouts in 28 innings. He is a reliever, so the Red Sox, they're trying to build up that bullpen, and I don't blame them. The Jake Bauers experiment in New York is officially over, and I don't like Jake Bauers at all because he cost my team Yandy Diaz. Jake Bauers hit 202 with an 87 OPS plus. Now, the power was better. He had 12 home runs and 242 at-bats. He is going to the Brewers, and in return, the Yankees are getting a 20-year-old outfielder from Reno, Nevada. I went to Reno for one semester. He looks like he might be, oh wow, he's actually pretty good. He had 14 home runs and 10 stolen bases in 99 games. That's not bad. They also got a 19-year-old outfielder, Brian Sanchez. He has almost 0 pop, 0 home runs, and 33 games in rookie ball, but he's got some good speed. And speaking of good speed, the Rays have officially given up on Vidal Brujan, and Vidal Brujan, back in the day, he was a top 100 prospect for 4 consecutive seasons, but he simply cannot get it done in the big leagues. In 99 combined games, he hit 157 with a 27 OPS plus. That has to be one of the worst starts to a career I've ever seen in my life. He's been basically useless. So that does it for today's recap. We talked about a lot today. Thank you guys for watching until the end. If you did, I really appreciate all the support. Have a good one.